So hi again, this is the explanation for Epic Business. So as we said, Epic Business is based on the idea of the mental Epic board. And as you know, it used a small slate with two slots to hide those two slots. In this case, we made it a bit differently since we are using the thumb to hide a few of the spaces. We just have the extra square, right? Which in this case, it has the repositionable glue, so you can stick to the card easily. And yes.
Cannot be seen.
No. And out. Okay. So and the idea is actually quite simple. So the participant thinks of a number between 1 and 100, and on the first step, we pretend to write something, which we don't, and we hide the empty space with the finger. And we ask what the number was, and he says 17, yeah? And we write 17 on the square below, okay? Then we ask him to think of any color. And as he thinks of it, we come back and we will write, as the old method, 17 on the first square, and apparently we are writing the color that he's thinking of. So we write 17. Shall I do it now?
Yeah, you can do it.
Okay, actually we are making with two numbers, but it's just for the explanation, so I think it's okay, yeah?
Yes, no problem.
Not confused.
It's for the routine that we thought about.
Yeah, yeah. So we write 17. And we hide it. Yeah. Oh, and in this time he just wrote 17 because that's what the number he said.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
nothing
And
can
now
be
it's-
seen. Nothing.
Yeah. At this moment he's thinking of a color, and we will write the color, and we did the 17. Okay. And now for the first, we hide the slot in which apparently we wrote the color, which we didn't yet, and this has the color blue. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, we write blue. So this is done very openly, which is interesting. And finally, we will ask him to think of a geometric shape. In this case, it's a number, so we go to the number again, okay, just for the explanation. And this is the square in which we have force. It could be the geometric shape, it could be a playing card,
Yes.
anything you could force, basically, as the old method goes. Okay, so that's the pre-written thing, which is hidden with the extra square. Okay. So now we come back and we will write the prediction of the geometric shape, which is the color for us. So we just go and write blue. Actually, the color may not be a good second choice. Maybe the number is better because it has more straight lines, so it really looks you are making a geometric shape.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Makes sense.
And at this point he says, so this is the position we are now, okay? And he says, I'm thinking of number 24, because it's a number now. It's a force, okay? So we don't even have to write his number, okay? At this point, we can simply hold the extra piece, which just flew away at this point, okay? So we just hold the extra piece and we take the business card out, okay? And it says 24. And as we are about to write 24, or the geometric shape, or the playing card, we just go, oh, really? Like this one? And you show it, and everything matches. The number, the color, and playing card, the geometric shape. And you end up totally clean. So this is your business card. They can have it with their thoughts on it. We think it's an interesting concept, right? So we also thought of doing it in another way. Instead of using the glue, we thought, okay, could we use magnets? So we also have the version with magnets. So this is just a magic square. Don't buy it, okay. We have the small magnet on one business card, which goes here. And we have a grid. In this case, it's a clean grid, or you can use the same because it's the same size.
Yeah, it's the same size.
So we have the grid. Imagine this is all blank spaces now. And we have the extra piece with the magnet.
Or we can put a little shim because it's
Exactly.
thinner than a
Exactly.
magnet.
Yeah,
So
yeah. This could be like a metal.
a metal shim, yeah,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
a little bit of
So
metal.
this just goes here, and it's done.
And when
Yeah.
you take off the card, the magnet slides
Yeah,
onto the
when
other card
When you take this out, you don't even have to hold it. This
because
is the-
it slides. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, if you see it like this, okay, so if you just take it, the square just stays there.
Yeah, you just put your
Okay.
business cards to
And again,
your trousers.
same business
yeah.
card, no magnets, no glue, nothing.
Yeah.
Right? It's totally. So one of the thoughts that we had, maybe not with this glossy business card, but maybe with a dry paper, you could use a pen that has two colors, right? Can we talk about this now?
Yeah, yeah, sure.
So imagine you have this. You have black on one side, and say in this case is red, but imagine it's blue on the other side. Okay. So everything you're going to write for yourself will be in black color, and everything the spectator says will be written in blue. This is interesting because it gives this clear distinction between the first line and the second
Yeah,
line. Like-
between the predictions and what the
Exactly.
spectator
So their
says. Yeah,
choices
yeah.
and your thoughts. This is interesting too. What else?
We thought about the grid and making.
Yes, this is an important thing. So, in order to make this system work in a quick way, so having the grid done and having the spare square fitting every grid, we thought of using something similar to this. So this is in paper, but the idea is to make this in plastic. Okay, so the idea is to make like a grid. It's not all everything done. But
Yeah, yeah.
You can see it. Yeah. So you have this plastic grid that you can just
Adapt to your own business cards.
yeah. So just put this on top of your business card, and then you have two options. One, take a Sharpie and go doop 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 doop
Yes.
doop, and just can connect the little squares here, the corners. That's fine. Or an idea that we also think is interesting. You can go with a pencil and do the same grid in several cards. So when you start, your walk around or something, you just have a grid made with pencil. So
Yeah.
the guiding lines. Okay. So in real time, you can take your Sharpie and just go through the pencil lines
And do the
design
grid. So
your
it's
grid,
it's everything
your grid.
organic. You start from a blank business
Yeah.
card and you go to
Yeah,
a gimmicked grid. Okay.
Yeah, that's it. So yeah, that's it.
That's it. I think
Yes.
we have nothing.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
one
I'll
idea, just for the force, that we also think is interesting. Sometimes the geometric shape, one inside the other, does not always hit, and we think it's okay. Let's imagine that the spectator says, a rectangle and a circle, or a rectangle and a triangle, and we think it's a very interesting way out when you say. I don't have one with the shape, but imagine is this one. When you say, oh, a rectangle and a square, okay, almost. Sorry. A rectangle and a circle, and you go, okay, almost. I got a triangle and a circle, but I got the 17 and the color correct, which makes an authentic thing. And
Yeah,
again,
yeah.
As a souvenir, they can go, oh, this guy, whose name is on the back,
Yeah.
right? Just guessed my number, my color. He almost got my shape, but that's pretty amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. Epic business. Thank you.